In 1988, Bernard Arnault was invited to protect a billion-dollar luxury empire. 6 months later, he owned it. This video reveals the 3-step strategy he used to steal control of 70 luxury brands, now worth $93 billion. And once you see how he did it, you'll start spotting the same patterns everywhere, in business, in politics, even in your workplace. By the end of this video, you'll know how the ultra-wealthy quietly capture empires, and how you can apply the same blueprint to your life. It started in a New York taxi. Young Bernard Arnault asked the driver if he knew Dior. The Louis Vuitton and Moet Hennessy families were in chaos, so they called Arnault in to protect them. Big mistake. While they argued in boardrooms, he quietly bought their company from under them. This wasn't luck. It was a repeatable playbook used over and over. In this video, I'll break down Arnault's 3-step empire formula. 1. Enter as a savior. 2. Exploit internal conflict. 3. Convert chaos into control. It's more than a business tactic. It's a way of seeing opportunity when others see problems. If you're someone who doesn't just consume stories, but deconstructs them to find the hidden playbooks of power and wealth, then this channel was made for you. Welcome to the Wealth Project, where ambition meets opportunity and your journey to wealth and luxury living truly begins. Here, we deconstruct the playbooks of the world's most successful, so you can transform your future. If you're ready to elevate your life, subscribe, follow, and ring the bell so you never miss a masterclass. Welcome to the exclusive club, where you don't just watch, you learn to win. Your next lesson starts now. The rescue mission in disguise. Why this matters. Understanding how power changes hands helps you recognize when someone positions themselves as your savior while planning your takeover. In 1984, France had a crisis. The Boussac textile empire was dying, employing thousands, and owning Christian Dior. The government desperately needed a white knight to save jobs and preserve national pride. Enter 35-year-old Bernard Arnault. This real estate developer promised to rescue Boussac, save workers, and protect French heritage. The government, relieved, handed him control. But the moment Arnault gained power, he revealed his true plan. He laid off 9,000 workers, sold factory after factory, and dismantled everything except what he wanted: Christian Dior. He had acquired one of the world's most prestigious brands for a fraction of its worth. How you use this. The first rule of power is being invited inside as a friend. Watch for people who position themselves as saviors during crises. Sometimes they help, sometimes they're waiting for you to unlock the gates. But that was just the first step. What happened next made Boussac look like child's play, because Arnault discovered that family-owned luxury brands were fortresses, but the families were often the weakest gate. The family feud, exploitation. Why this matters. Family businesses control trillions worldwide. Understanding their vulnerabilities helps you recognize opportunity patterns in any organization. In 1987, Louis Vuitton and Moet Hennessy merged to create LVMH. Perfect marriage on paper, disaster in reality. The founding families despised each other. Chairman Henri Racamier and President Alain Chevalier turned boardrooms into battlefields. While they fought, Arnault watched from the shadows. In July 1988, fearing hostile takeovers, Racamier made a catastrophic decision. He invited Arnault to invest as a protective ally. He thought he'd found a defender. He'd actually unlocked the gates for the conqueror. Arnault partnered with Guinness, acquiring 24% of LVMH. But while families battled internally, he spent $1.5 billion buying shares on the open market. By January 1989, he controlled 43.5% of LVMH. The families were stunned. They'd fought for control only to become minority shareholders in their own company. How you use this. Internal conflict creates external vulnerability. When families or leadership teams fight each other, they're not watching the gates. Look for established organizations with entrenched problems. That's how Arnault perfected exploiting family divisions. But what most people don't realize is the battle was just beginning. What happened next would change the entire psychology of luxury forever. The empire-building machine. Why this matters. Understanding Arnault's transformation reveals premium pricing psychology that applies to any market positioning. After conquering LVMH, Arnault discovered something powerful. Luxury isn't about products, it's about stories. It's the emotional connection making someone pay $10,000 for a handbag. Once you control that story, you control the customer's wallet. He applied his playbook systematically, captured Fendi during succession crisis, seized Bulgari when families needed capital. Each acquisition followed the same pattern. Find compelling story with weak structure, position as savior, then amplify through LVMH's marketing machine. These numbers are staggering. LVMH revenue grew from $5 billion in 1990 to $93 billion by 2024. Nearly 20-fold increase in 3 decades. But here's the genius. LVMH doesn't sell products. It sells exclusive club membership. You're not buying items. You're buying status, identity, and access to Arnault's controlled world. How you use this. Control the narrative, control the market. Your ability to craft and control your story determines success in any field. Now you understand how he took over brands and rewrote the rules of luxury. But here's what most people miss, and it's the real secret that connects everything together. This isn't just about handbags and champagne. It's about power, psychology, and control. And once you see it, you'll never look at wealth building the same way again. The psychology of control. Why this matters. This psychology gives you a framework for thinking about value and long-term wealth building. Arnault discovered the most valuable business asset isn't creativity or craftsmanship, it's control. Control of narrative, distribution, and customer emotional connection. A Louis Vuitton bag costs $200 to make, but sells for $3,000. The difference isn't leather or stitching, it's the story, the heritage, the feeling that ownership makes you part of an exclusive club. People don't buy products, they buy identity. They buy the story they tell themselves about who they are when they own your brand. Here's a question for you. If people buy identity, not products, what identity is your career, brand, or business selling right now? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're building a community of people who don't just chase wealth, but engineer it. How you apply this. Control your professional narrative. In investments, look for companies selling identity and aspiration. Remember, people don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it and how it makes them feel. That brings us to the most important lesson connecting everything we've learned and revealing why Arnault's story matters for your financial future. The shocking revelation. Here's the shocking truth. Arnault didn't build the world's biggest luxury empire by being the most creative or visionary. He won by mastering one thing: control. While others created, he consolidated. While others chased trends, he bought timeless brands and injected ruthless leadership. Your biggest financial opportunity may not be inventing something new. It might be recognizing something old that's undervalued, mismanaged, or ignored. This applies whether you're investing, starting a business, or building your brand. Control the narrative, find broken systems, take the reins. But here's something I didn't tell you. Arnault's entire strategy works only because of one psychological principle that underpins everything. Without it, the empire would crumble. And here's the kicker. Dozens of billionaires are using this exact principle right now in industries you'd never expect. This breakdown was just one chapter in the manual of modern empire building. The next chapter is waiting for you. Luxury, freedom, and success are closer than you think. Don't just watch, take your next step. Choose our latest insights or a curated favorite, both waiting for you on your screen. This is the Wealth Project. Deconstructing wealth, transforming your future. Subscribe, get the rulebook, and remember, you're now part of the exclusive club, Playing to Win.